The aims of this guidance are to bring greater coherence to the national curriculum by exposing core concepts and demonstrating their progression from Year 1 to Year 6. And secondly, to summarise the most important knowledge and understanding within each year group and important connections between them. These essential concepts are referred to as ready to progress criteria, and they provide a coherent linked framework to support pupils' mastery of the primary mathematics curriculum. Pupils who've mastered the ready to progress criteria for a year group will have the foundations they need to make good progress in the following year group. This table shows an extract from the ready to progress criteria overview, which is found towards the front of the guidance. Where a ready to progress criterion builds directly on a criterion from a previous year group, this is shown with an arrow. The ready to progress criteria are organised into the 6 strands shown here. Measurement and statistics are integrated as applications of number criteria, and the elements of measurement that relate to shape are included in the geometry strand. Each year group has between 8 and 16 criteria, which collectively make up the essential knowledge and understanding for that year group. The introduction to the guidance is followed by a chapter for each year group, and these year group chapters begin with a table that shows how each ready to progress criterion for that year group links to pupils' prior knowledge and to future applications. Each year group chapter then provides teaching guidance for each of the criteria, and it also includes example assessment questions which demonstrate the depth and breadth of understanding that pupils need to be ready to progress onto the next year group. And finally, each chapter includes guidance on the development of calculation and fluency. A core set of representations have been selected to expose important mathematical structures and ideas and make them accessible to pupils. Consistent use of the same representations across year groups helps to connect prior learning to new learning. For example, the use of tens, frames and counters is extended from years 1 and 2, where each counter represents 1 and a fill frame represents 10, to other units. So in this example on the right hand side from year 4, each counter represents 100 and a fill frame represents 1000. The development and use of precise and accurate language in mathematics is important, so the guidance includes language-focused features like this one from Year 4. These provide suggested sentence structures for pupils to use to capture, connect and apply important mathematical ideas. Once pupils have learnt to use a core sentence structure, they should be able to adapt and reason with it to apply their understanding in new contexts. Making connections features discuss important connections between ready to progress criteria within a year group. So this example here from year 4 describes how division with remainders is connected to multiplication and fractions criteria. The uses of this guidance include supporting long-term planning to make sure that the most important elements that underpin the curriculum are covered at the right time, and to ensure that there's continuity and consistency for pupils as they progress from one year to the next. At the medium-term planning stage, teachers can use the guidance to inform decisions about how much teaching time to set aside for the different parts of the curriculum. The ready to progress tables at the start of each year group and the making connections features demonstrate how to make connections between mathematical ideas and develop understanding based on logical progression. And at the short-term planning stage, the guidance can be used to inform teaching approaches. For example, the representations and the language-focused features can be included in planning to make concepts more accessible to pupils. And finally, the publication can also be used to support transition conversations between teachers of adjacent year groups, so that class teachers understand what pupils have been taught in the previous year group, how they've been taught it, and how effectively pupils have understood and remembered it.